Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing the top 10 songs by Led Zeppelin. Okay, I wrote it down on my notebook and okay, so this was hard. It's technically not 10. I got a few ties and let's go on with the video. I don't want to talk a lot because I did a few other recordings of this video and my charge ran out twice. Okay, so at number 10 I have Heartbreaker and Moby Dick. Okay, so they're both from the same album from Led Zeppelin 2. They are the one has Heartbreaker has one of the greatest riffs of all time and a really amazing solo, but the riff just doesn't make up for the song. The riff and the solo just does not make up for the song. You know, the solo, I think all the instruments except from the guitar, it's just the guitar doing the solo. It just doesn't make up. It's a really amazing riff, you know. Dun, 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 and Moby Dick, which is also one of the greatest drum solos of all time. It's just so cool. You know, there's a video of it where John Bonham, he's just, you know, they start playing the open riff, and then all of the members except from John Bonham leave, and he's still doing the solo. And then they come back, and then they do. I also saw a video of Ginger Baker doing that from Cream, which is also one of my favourite bands of all time. Okay, well, I might do a video like that later. Okay, so number 9, we've got Thank You, which is a very beautiful song. It's one of their only ballads. If not, that's probably the only ballad on this list. Maybe except from Stairway to Heaven, which is a little bit higher on the list. Okay, so Thank You. It's for normal bands that Thank You would be the most popular song, but not in Led Zeppelin's case because they had so many popular songs. You know, they changed everything from music. You know, like they changed everything that came after them. So you know, it's also awesome. The lyrics are very touching, and the acoustic guitar is really good. Next, we have number 8. Thank You is also from Led Zeppelin 2, 1969, which is, if you're starting, probably either get Led Zeppelin 2 or Led Zeppelin 4, self-titled. Number 8 is another tie, which is tie between Kashmir and Black Dog. So Kashmir is from the 1975 Physical Graffiti, and Black Dog is from Led Zeppelin's self-titled 1971 number 4. Black Dog has also one of the greatest riffs of all time. It's so good, and well, it starts with the guitar, and then it has this sort of, you know, starts with the guitar, and then it has the little bit guitar, and then it starts with the vocals that are really iconic vocals. Hey mom, I said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you move. And then it goes into the riff, and then does another verse. It's so cool. It's really cool, really cool. And we also have Kashmir, which is a really nice riff as well, and it's just got this really nice vocal, like not vocals, like lyrics. I really love the lyrics on this song. Yep. Number 7, No Quarter. It's this proggy song, and I really love the House of the Holy album. You know, in like a few months, I've been listening to, for the last few months, I've been listening to the album, and I just, it's so good. You know, like No Quarter, it has this really weird thing on the vocals, and it's just really proggy and nice. And of course, I really like prog. You know, I really like bands like Genesis, King Crimson. You know, of course, Pink Floyd. That sort of that period from Metal to Animals. That period, golden period of Pink Floyd. Really proggy period. I also like the Sid Barrett stuff. Yeah, it's just really, number 7, No Quarter from House of the Holy, 1973, the 5th studio album. So number 6, Immigrant Song. It's not a tie. It's a tie between Immigrant Song and Whole Lot of Love. Okay, so Immigrant Song is this really sort of, in a way, Lord of the Ringsy sort of, fantasy song, and I really love when they do use that song in Thor Ragnarok, which is amazing. Love that movie. It plays really nicely in that film. If you haven't heard any of these songs, which you probably have most of these, check them out. They're so good. Yeah, Immigrant Song. It's just really. It has nothing to do with immigrants, okay? Absolutely nothing to do with immigrants. And it's this really cool song. And I love how the guitar, the bass, and the drums just mix together. And sort of they work so well together. And the vocals. Doesn't ring any bells. And we come from the land of the ice and snow, with the midnight sun and the hot springs blow, the hammer of the gods. It's a really cool song. Next we have, well, it's a tie. It's between number 6. Whole Lot of Love. For some people, this is really high on their list, but not for me. I don't really like this song as much as I do for the other ones, but still appreciate it. I could have swapped Immigrant Song with one of. It's number 5 is another tie. I could have swapped Immigrant Song for another one, a tie for that, but I didn't. I just kept it here. I know why. I should have swapped it. So, Whole Lot of Love. I don't like the weird part. I don't want to say what the name is now, that weird part, but because it's pupil for, this is for children up. So, yep, Whole Lot of Love is one of the best riffs of all time. Again, and basically, it's basically one of the best riffs of all time. It's really nice. Whole Lot of Love. Yeah, I heard that they did in the Vietnam War. They played this while they were fighting, from radios. And it's a really cool song, but they just, it's not my favorite. It's one of my favorites, but it's not in the top 5. Okay, so number 5 is another draw between Dazed and Confused and The Ocean. Dazed and Confused is from the Immigrant Song is from Led Zeppelin 3, so 1970, and Whole Lot of Love is from Led Zeppelin 2, 1969. Dazed and Confused is from their first debut album. It's this really bluesy, really cool song. It's just this, this wailing, screeching vocals from Robert Plant, and really good bass work from John Paul Jones and nice guitar work from Jimmy Page, and John Bonham is sort of finding these grips. He song like Moby Dick, he more he from Led Zeppelin 2 onwards, he finds his feet. He gets more sort of drum, toms and everything, and sort of his drums become bigger and he has more things to do and stuff. So really nice song. I loved it. It's not confused. And you should check out the Nirvana cover of that song on YouTube. Just search up, if you want to, just search up Nirvana Led Zeppelin covers or something. Well, Led Zeppelin covers by Nirvana or something like that. It'll probably come up. And yeah, it's tied with The Ocean. I should have swapped The Ocean with the Immigrant Song. I should have. That Ocean is from the House of the Holy album. I really like the Houses of the Holy. I think it's album from 1973. Really enjoy that album. Yeah, nice. Nice riff, nice vocals, nice everything, basically. Number 4 is What Is and What Should Never Be. This was always one of my favorites. If I liked it or not, it was I love how it goes from nice, quiet, and then it goes high, and then it goes quiet, and then it goes high, and this is really nice. It's a really nice song. High in the sky, oh, the wind won't blow. You really shouldn't go. Only goes to show. It's a really cool song. It's a really cool song. I feel like it should be lower on the list, but it's not that amazing song. But it always has that place in my heart. It's a really nice, really powerhouse vocals from Robert Plant. Robert Plant is, when he goes into that really high frequency, high powerhouse sort of, he puts really intense vocal delivery. Amazing. Number 3 is from the third album, Led Zeppelin 3. It's Since I've Been Loving You. One of the greatest solos of all time, one of the greatest vocal performances of all time. Amazing. It explodes. The solo, just like the one from Time, just like the one from Eruption. Well, Eruption itself is a solo. It just erupts. It really just erupts. It's really in your face. It's really cool. Really cool solo, really cool vocal. Since I've been loving you. It's just really wailing vocals. Amazing. Awesome drums. Awesome bass. Really cool. It's one of the highlights from the album. That's why. I really love that album. I really like the Led Zeppelin 1, 3. I love the fifth and fourth album. I love most of their albums, except for those last two, like with Coda and that last one. Not really a big fan, but there is a few standout tracks from that. This is probably all of the songs from that I've chosen are from Led Zeppelin 1 to Physical Graffiti. I haven't chosen any of those other songs. Just didn't want to, really. Okay, so, Since I've Been Loving You, really amazing song. Next is number 2 from Led Zeppelin 4. You've probably guessed it. It is Stairway to Heaven, the really beautiful song. And it's the Royal Albert Hall one. I chose that one for a reason. I was thinking, like, Led Zeppelin 4, and I should have used Bundle Heavy Breaks, but then I was like, I don't have the past which I have with these sort of songs. I just don't. Okay, so Stairway to Heaven. I chose this was my favorite guitar performance of all time for a very, very long time until Eruption came along, of course. And Eruption is just, that's something different. Eddie Van Halen's my favorite guitar player of all time. Absolutely love the Stairway to Heaven. As it starts off, and it's a sort of adventure, this sort of, it's not like normal songs. It takes you somewhere, it gives them, and she's back, there's a lady. It's really beautiful, and you feel like this is not a rock and roll song, and then it just goes up, and then you can hear the drums kick in. And then you can hear, like the keyboard is really cool on this song. And then it goes up, and then, it goes more intense, and it reaches the solo, which is, like it erupts, and it's this really cool, real amazing solo. There's no words that can describe this solo. So cool. Then I love the live version because it extended and it's really cool. And then Robert Plant's vocals just, they're like amazing powerhouse singing. To be our shadows taller than our souls. I can't sing, by the way. So, to be a rock and not a roll. I try to, hold that note for a very long time when I'm singing in the car. And it's just so cool. And then it goes, then it goes, and it goes from where you started. It goes up, and then it comes back down to where you started. And when I think of a song, I feel like what you start from the song is, if you think a song's going to be bad, you're going to be downside on that song. But then when a song was called Stairway to Heaven, it's different. And so, like, where the song ends is like, when you're listening to on vinyl, or like vinyls, that when you're listening to it, it sort of stops, and you're like for the first time listening to it, you're like, jeez. And then it goes on to the next song. Okay. I don't think, I think Stairway to Heaven, is it, I don't know if it's the last song on side A, I don't know, I think it's on side B, I'm not sure, okay, you know, but there's like a little tiny gap, we just go, it's just, you end on that note, and it's just so cool, and I really love watching the live performance of that song. So, you know, I've talked like 3 minutes just talking about that song, you know, it's just, I could stay here all day just talking about the lyrics and everything it means and all that sort of stuff. But number one, you're like, well, he said everything, right? Nope. Number one is from Led Zeppelin 1, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. It's a really beautiful, amazing song that just, you know, starts from that really amazing acoustic. Dun, 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 and it's just, that acoustic, that's probably my favourite acoustic guitar intro of all time. It's just so good. It's just like sort of stretching your brain in a way. It's so cool. It's of course it's a blues standard. You know, the first album they did a lot of standard blues sort of, you know, delta sort of, you know, they did a lot of blues covers. Okay, they didn't really start doing a lot of original material until the third album, which is why I like the third album so much. Because when a band does original stuff, you know, it's really cool, okay? It's really cool when a band does original stuff and not covers. Because then you can see what they really want to say instead of what they can really do, you know? So it's really, yeah, really nice of that. But, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. And then I go, Babe, one of the best Robert Plant screams ever. You know, I really love when someone can nail a scream. It's not when it's not a really girlish baby scream, okay? You know, people like Steven Tyler, you know, Ian Gillan, Ian Gillan can scream like no one else. Ian Gillan can scream, you know. That man can scream. I don't think he can scream anymore, but he could scream. You know, in his prime he could scream. Scream to hell. You know? It was so cool, you know. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. And it's calling me the way you. I love the lyrics. I love their take on the song. It's a really nice take on the song. And baby, and it's like it's an acoustic. It's not an acoustic song. I think like well, he does it on acoustic, and then he does it on I think a Telecaster, pretty sure, because Jimmy Page was a first Telecaster. You know, he used tellies. You know, you can the first album is telly, second album is Les Paul, third album I think third album is very acoustic, but he used Les Paul, and then the fourth album he starts using more, you know, tellies because he's a telly guy, you know. But on the Led Zeppelin, it's the way to Heaven soda he uses, I think it's a 12-string telly, pretty sure, and then on House of the Holy I think he uses a Strat. I'm not sure. I should look into that. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I'm probably gonna do a Who video. I've been saying that a lot. I should be doing a Who video. I should be doing a David Bowie video. I should be doing a UFO video. In about next month, should be doing a Deep Purple video. Should be doing a Black Sabbath video. You know, should be doing a lot of a Queen video. It's my favorite band of all time. You know, I've done a few standard sort of, you know, stuff. You know, if I wanted to, I could do an AC/DC video, any video, you know, like, stay safe, you know, just rock on, and, you know, have a nice day whenever you're watching this. Bye.